I came home early that evening, hoping to surprise my wife with dinner and maybe reignite some warmth between us. We hadn't been connecting lately, and I blamed stress, long work hours, anything except the thought that she might be losing interest. When she walked into the kitchen, dressed beautifully and wearing that familiar perfume, I felt a surge of hope. I stepped closer, gently placed my hands on her waist, and leaned in to kiss her. Instead of kissing me back, she turned her head away and smirked, as if I were an annoying stranger. Then she said the sentence that changed everything. "Don't tire me. I already got what I wanted, just not from you." For a moment, I didn't react at all. My mind went completely blank. She brushed past me and poured herself a glass of wine as if nothing had happened, humming softly to herself. That smug look on her face told me this wasn't a joke. Something was deeply wrong. I stood frozen in the kitchen, trying to understand her words. She didn't apologize, didn't laugh, didn't explain. She simply picked up her phone, smirked again, and started tapping, like she had better things to do. When I asked what she meant, she replied casually, "Relax. You wouldn't understand even if I told you." That dismissive, mocking tone lit something inside me. For months she had been distant, glued to her phone, going on girls' nights that never quite added up, coming home tired or irritated. I ignored the signs because marriage is supposed to be built on trust, right? But in that moment, everything became clear. Her arrogance wasn't accidental. She felt untouchable. She believed I would tolerate anything. She walked into the bedroom, leaving me standing there like a fool. My heart wasn't just breaking. Something inside me hardened. I wasn't going to beg for explanations. Not this time. Not ever again. I followed her to the bedroom, not to argue, but to observe. She was packing a small bag, makeup, charger, a dress far too revealing for any girl's night. She wasn't even trying to hide it anymore. When she noticed me in the doorway, she shrugged. "Don't give me that look. I'm going out. You'll be fine." No guilt, no hesitation, no shame. I asked her directly, "Who's he?" She paused, smirked again, and replied, "Someone better." That was it. No name, no excuse, just a dagger straight to my chest. She zipped the bag and strutted past me, brushing my shoulder as if I were in her way. The woman I married was gone. In her place stood someone selfish, cruel, and shockingly proud of betraying me. And something snapped, not anger, but clarity. I didn't need proof, explanations, or apologies. I needed to take back control of my life immediately. She headed toward the front door, clearly expecting me to chase her or beg her to stay. Instead, I unlocked the door and held it open. The brief twitch on her face told me she wasn't expecting that. She wanted drama, tears, maybe even a fight. I gave her none. "Go," I said calmly. "Enjoy whoever he is." She lifted her chin and walked out, heels clicking confidently across the porch. When the door closed, a heavy silence filled the house. Strangely, I didn't feel defeated. I felt awake. For the first time, I saw my marriage for what it had become, a one-sided effort I had been carrying alone. I sat down, exhaled deeply, and understood what I needed to do next. If she wanted freedom so badly, I was going to give it to her completely and permanently. I grabbed a couple of trash bags and went straight to the bedroom closet. Every dress I bought her, every shoe she begged for, every bag she flaunted. I removed them all with steady hands, not in rage, not in chaos, but with purpose. I cleared out her side of the closet until it was empty and spotless. Her perfumes, cosmetics, jewelry, everything went into the bags. I left a single note on the shelf. "You got what you wanted. So did I." When I was done, I carried everything outside to the dumpster behind our building. Each dull thud as the bags landed felt like a weight lifting from my chest. She chose disrespect. She chose someone else. So I chose myself. For the first time in months, I felt an unexpected sense of peace. The house didn't feel empty, it felt cleansed. She returned an hour later, not with guilt, but with attitude. She barged in like a queen entering her palace. But the moment she opened the closet, the silence shattered. "Where are my things?" she screamed. I didn't answer right away. I simply pointed outside toward the dumpster. She ran out, shrieking like someone who had lost her crown. She lifted the dumpster lid and froze, staring at her entire life piled inside like trash. "You're insane," she yelled. "You can't do this to me." I walked outside calmly and said, "You did this to yourself. Your words made it easy." Her face changed. The smugness vanished, replaced by panic. Her joke had suddenly become real. She expected me to endure anything just to keep her. She never imagined I'd reach my limit. Now she was the one standing helpless, not me. She demanded that I take the bags out, help her, fix everything. I simply shook my head. "No, you made your choices." Then she tried another approach. Fake tears, a trembling voice, dramatic apologies. "I didn't mean it. It was a joke. You're overreacting." But the act fell flat. I had already seen the truth in her smirk earlier. That cruel satisfaction on her face when she told me she got what she wanted somewhere else. No apology could ever erase that. I told her she had two choices: leave quietly or wait for the police, because she no longer lived here. Her eyes widened. "You wouldn't dare," she whispered. I handed her the envelope I had already prepared. Separation papers, signed on my side. She staggered back, completely speechless. Her games ended the moment she underestimated me. Now she was learning the price of treating loyalty like a joke. She left that night with whatever she could grab, mostly worn-out clothes she didn't even care about. She kept looking back at the house, as if expecting me to stop her, beg her, plead for her to return. I didn't. I locked the door behind her and took a deep breath. The silence felt different now, peaceful, not empty. The next morning, I donated everything she left behind and called a locksmith to change every lock. I made myself breakfast, played music, and enjoyed a calm I hadn't felt in years. Sometimes losing someone is the best thing that can happen to you, especially someone who never truly valued you. Her smirk, her arrogance, her so-called joke, all of it pushed me to reclaim my self-respect. She thought she had broken me. Instead, she set me free. And as I stepped outside that morning, I realized I wasn't heartbroken. I was finally beautifully done.